All right, Miss Lindsay, this is the last one for CR 27. So let's look through it. It says Judy incorrectly simplified 1/3 times 1/3 to the second power times 1/3 to the negative first power as shown below. Okay. She took 1/3 times 1/3 to the second times 1/3 to the negative 1, and she made it 1/27 to the second. Okay. I see what happened. Describe the mistake that Judy made, and then we're going to correctly simplify it. Might actually be easier for us to first correctly simplify it. So let's take 1/3 times 1/3 to the second times 1/3 to the negative 1. You have to remember what happens when we multiply with the same base. If we're going to multiply with the same base, our base happens to be 1/3. What do we have to do? We have to keep that base, and we have to add the exponents. I see exactly what poor Jude did. She didn't keep the base. We know we have to keep the base and add the exponents. Okay, so let's look here. So we're doing part 2 first. We're correctly simplifying. So this is 1/3 to the first power. So if we're multiplying, we keep our base of 1/3 and we add our exponents. 1 plus 2 plus negative 1. I'm just going to add up those exponents. 1 plus negative 1, those are going to zero out. So you have 1/3 to the second power. And 1/3 to the second power, if we wanted to evaluate that, that means 1/3 times 1/3, which is 1/9. So this would be the correct simplification for the second part. Let's take a look at what poor Jude did. If you look here, she said to the first power, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus negative 1 is 2. So this is a correct exponent. She seemed to have added her exponents. But what did she accidentally do with her bases? She accidentally multiplied her bases because 1/3 to the first power looks like 1/3. 1/3 to the second power looks like 1/3 times 1/3. So this would be 1/3 to the third if we put those together. It doesn't magically become 1/27 to the third. So describe her mistake. Poor Jude. So Jude correctly added her exponents. So that piece she did a nice job with. I always like to focus on what people do correctly. But what was the problem? However, hopefully that's how you spell however, Jude should have kept the base of 1/3. She accidentally multiplied her bases. So she should have kept the 1/3 and added her exponents and actually come up with 1/3 to the second power instead of 1/27 to the second power. Poor Jude. Oh well. Next time she'll remember, when you multiply with the same base, you got to keep your base and add your exponents. Don't you multiply those bases. All right. Hopefully that helps, Lindsay. So that's the end of that CR.